guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another very exciting video. This product I have been waiting for a very long time to be released. It finally got here and it sold out pretty quickly, so I'm super happy I was able to get my hands on one of them. I will say right now I wanted more than one, but these products have a pretty hefty price tag, so I have to slowly add these to my collection. And they are the new Shade and Light Illuminate, no, what are they called? Shade and Illuminate Face and Eye Palettes from Tom Ford. You guys, okay, so first of all, I know I said I was gonna do a no buy this month. Scratch that, that's out. But when I said I was going to do a no-buy, I said I was going to make an exception for these Tom Ford palettes. And I was really hoping that they were going to be released this month because I had been seeing pictures of these palettes for, it feels like, such a long time. So I knew no matter what, I was going to get my hands on one of these. And I'm happy I got my hands on this specific one because it is the one that I wanted the most. So I picked up the shade Intensity 1, which is Red Harness. And so it comes in like their little pouch, just like all of the other Tom Ford palette products come in. I don't really know the name of this material, but it's like this little brown pouch. And the packaging of this, I mean, like, this is a real luxurious packaging we have going on. It almost looks like those clutches. I mean, I would never kind of really use a clutch like that, but you know how they have like little like hard shell clutches for women, like for special occasions? It kind of looks like that. It's a little wide, but I don't feel like it's bulky. It's just so pretty. The only thing is with this like type of material, you do get your fingerprints all over it, but just wipe it off and set it aside somewhere where you can just showcase all of its beauty. And then you get this really nice mirror. It opens up where it kind of sits up like this, so you're not really able to push it all the way back, but I think it's perfectly fine like that. And then here is the inside. Gorgeous, ooh la la. From the Tom Ford website, the description of this palette: shadows, shader, highlighter, the ultimate look in one luxurious Tom Ford clutch. Each intensity level of iconic shade and illuminate is paired with an eye color quad featuring 4 color coordinated eyeshadows designed to complement your skin tone. And by the way, you guys, those swatches that you just saw are one swipe swatches. So you can tell that these have a really nice pigment to it. The description did mention that these are based on your skin tone. So I would take that more towards the face product. So you get quads here, so you get 4 eyeshadows. Now these are that wet to dry formula, so you can use them both dry and wet. And then you get a bronzer and a highlighter. For my complexion, this actually worked out pretty well. So I was eyeing the one that's lighter to this one, and at first I was debating which one I should get first, but I had a feeling that I was going to play it a lot safer with this specific one. So that's why I decided to pick this one up first, and then I kind of figured I can take it from here. Now I'm not even sure if that other one that I want will work for my skin tone. I'm going to have to watch videos. Hopefully I can find some where people are reviewing those that have a similar skin tone as mine, so I can see if, you know, I can pick that one up for myself or not. I am obviously already wearing this palette on my face, so let's just go ahead and jump into the demo so you can see how these products perform, how they applied, if I had any issues whatsoever, and all that good stuff. So let's just go ahead and get into that. Alright guys, it is time to get into this beauty here. I just love the whole aesthetic of this. It's just a beauty all around, so I really hope that it works on my skin and on my eyes beautifully so that I can really justify my obsession over this palette, as well as the price. So okay, let's go ahead and start off with the face. I am looking mighty ghostly right now, so I want to start adding some color onto this face of mine. I do always like to start off with highlighter, so we'll do the face and then we'll move on to the eyes. Okay, that picked up quite a bit actually. I didn't go in there that harshly. Let me take off this film here so I can use this mirror. There we go. And okay. Yeah, that's a nice highlighter. I love the shade of highlighter. It is, I feel like it's a good like medium intensity type highlighter. Like it gives you a really beautiful glow. At least on the pan, the highlighter of this one looks a little bit more goldish. But that is beautiful. I mean, isn't it pretty? Oh, I love this. This is like one of those highlighters that I just want to keep putting on. Not necessarily because I feel that I need more. I think just because I really like it. I feel like the actual shade color suits my skin tone really well as well. Yeah, that's pretty. And I like using this type of brush just because it allows me to really blend in the product without it looking too stark. So usually if I can, because sometimes of course it always depends on the formulas, but if I can, I try to use this brush. This is the Surat highlighting brush. But okay, let me just stop here because it's looking good. There's no reason for me to keep adding more. This is so pretty. Okay, so far, really happy with that highlighter. Now the bronzer in here is, it looks really dark on the pan, but once it's swatched, well actually on the finger it looks still kind of dark. But when I swatched it onto my hand earlier that I was doing the swatches, I felt like it was actually a really nice color for bronzing. So we'll see how it looks on the face. I'm going to use my Tom Ford number 5 brush. This is the bronzer brush and this is the original one. So it's not the synthetic ones he came out with. And the good thing is, although this is kind of small, like the brush, and it's a pretty big brush, it still fits in there pretty well without it touching any of the eyeshadows. Yeah, that is a good bronzer. It's definitely darker. The other one I have from him, the only other one I have from him, as far as a powder bronzer, is Terra, which is one of my absolute favorite bronzers in my collection. And that one's a little bit lighter. I feel like you have more room to build that one up, whereas with this one, depending on your skin tone, you may have to go in with the lighter hand and then start building up the intensity. But if you have like a tan skin tone, I don't know, maybe this will work for you also, like building it up, because I am noticing that you're able to build up the intensity. Yeah, that did a really good job at bronzing my face. I'm gonna have to have my husband, I have an undercut because I have a shit ton of hair and it's looking ridiculous. So let's try to hide that. In case you guys see it, that's what it is. So far, I'm very happy with the highlighter, the bronzer, 2 thumbs up. Very happy with that. Okay, let me go ahead and add some blush. Let me look at these colors here. I wonder, can I do Love Lust? I haven't worn Love Lust in a while. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to use this Love Lust shade. The finish of this one is more sheeny, which I like when I want to have a, like a shinier, brighter cheek. Alright, so I've already primed my eyes as usual. I used my Fenty Pro Filter eye primer, and whatever I had left over from my concealer, I just went ahead and took it over my eyes as well, just to hide some of those dark circles that I have going on because they're really bad lately. Okay, so honestly, the shade that I like, I don't know if the shades are, yeah, so the shades are not listed on here, but the color that I really like from just swatching, I'm obsessed with, is this like orangey metallic shade. Really beautiful. Now, these have a TF on each eyeshadow, which means that these are that wet to dry formula. If you like to add more intensity to your eyeshadow, you can always wet them and you will get that look. I'm just someone that likes to use these eyeshadows as they are, But it's always nice to have that option, you know, if in case I ever feel like having some more intensity in my eyes. So yeah, I really like that orangey shade. Let's start off with that one. I think I'm just gonna put that all over the crease and then kind of take it from there. And that is pretty pigmented. This is an extremely soft brush, and it does a great job at blending in eyeshadow really fast. It's the Surratt's medium blending brush. But also because it's so soft, sometimes depending on the colors, if they're not super pigmented, I have to do a lot of building. So I'm pretty much using this into my crease as somewhat of a transition shade, I guess you can say. I mean, I only have 4 eyeshadows to work from this palette. When I do first impressions, I try my best to use all of the eyeshadows that are included in the palette. I mean, especially if it's only 4. Now, if we're talking about a regular like 12 pen palette, that makes it a little bit more challenging, but I always do try to use as many eyeshadows as possible. But in this case, it's only 4. I want to use all of them so we can see if they perform equally. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up this shade here. This is like a, what would I describe this shade as? So on the pen, it looks like it has like a little bit of like a violet silver coloring to it. I don't know if that's really the case, if that's kind of what I'm hoping for, because just the silver color, it's not really my cup of tea. I mean, it's really not just a silver color, but it looks like it's got some purple in it. So I'm gonna apply this all over the lid and see what we get. Actually, it looks more, yeah, like silver platinum. I'm sure this one wet would look really nice. Another reason, and I know I've mentioned this in previous videos of mine when it comes to wetting my eyeshadows, is that my eyes, they can look a little bit too wrinkly if I use wet eyeshadows. So that's also a reason why I usually steer from doing that with these shadows, and I prefer to just use them dry. And it's still a nice eyeshadow. It's not a color that really wows me. I feel like all the other shades in here look really pretty. They look a little bit more unique. This one is just, I don't know, just, I mean, it's there, it works. It does, I mean, it does the job, I guess. So we'll go ahead and pick up this reddish shade here. Let me actually grab another brush. We'll use this old MAC 217. Dip in here. And then add this into the crease. Okay, so with my Sonia G Worker 1, I'm gonna pick up this purple shade. And I like this brush because it really packs on the color. And I really want to darken up this outer corner. Okay, that didn't really do anything. There you go. Oh, so I really like this look so far. Okay, so I do want to go back in with this lighter shade here, just because I did lose some of that color up here on the lid. To re-intensify this. Yeah, that looks better. So I'm going to go back with this orangey shade here and a pencil brush. So I'm running it through the entire bottom lash line. And I'm going to pick up that purple shade again. I'm just going to apply this on the outer portion of the bottom lash line. That looks pretty. Okay, with another pencil brush, I'm going to pick up the actual highlighter from the palette and highlight these inner corners. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and apply some eyeliner, mascara, a little bit of lipstick, and then I'll be right back to close out this video and give you guys my final thoughts. Alright guys, so this is the final look, and I've got to say, I am pretty happy with this palette. So I think overall is just gorgeous. However, there are a few things that I do want to mention just because I feel like I'll probably use this a little bit differently next time. And just a few things for you guys to kind of keep in mind in case you're interested in this palette. So overall, I think all the products in here performed really well. I do want to mention though that this purple shade, I thought I was going to be able to immediately pack on color like I did with the other shades. It could be a few things. It could have been the brush that I use. I usually feel like that brush packs on color pretty much right away without any difficulty. But sometimes some brushes just don't work with certain formulas as well. So it could have been the brush. It could also be the fact that I already had on eyeshadow. So maybe working this purple shade over those eyeshadows, you have to do a little bit more building to get a little bit more of that intensity to get this color to really show on the eyes. But overall, I mean, it's not too much of a complaint. I just do want to kind of mention it in case anybody sees that if you're going in there, you might want to layer it up maybe like 2 or 3 times to be able to really get a nice purple color. But honestly, if I would have just gone with this shade before applying any other eyeshadow, I think it would have performed better, but I'm really not going to know until I get to try that out. But overall though, the pigments on these eyeshadows are really good. The other thing though that I do want to mention is I kind of feel like this orangey and like reddish shade don't really work together all that well in the sense that you kind of can't really see too much of a difference. You see a little bit of the redness pulling through, but I really had to kind of bring that out a little bit more than what I really wanted to initially. So I kind of feel like they end up just blending into one another a little bit too much. So next time I might do the placement a little bit different if I do decide to use these 2 eyeshadows in one eye look. As far as the face products, I think they're just simply amazing. I absolutely love the highlighter. This is the type of highlighter that's right up my alley. It's not too intense, but it's also not very subtle. I just think it's the perfect in between. And this bronzer worked really well for my skin tone as well. I am looking forward to not picking up the other shade. I do want to get, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the 0.5. This is Intensity 1, the other one's the Intensity 0.5. So hopefully once that becomes available again, I will be able to snag that one up. I just could not bring myself to buy more than one at the same time because they are quite pricey. Alright guys, so that is it as far as today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. While you're there, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Please guys, continue staying home and staying safe, and I will see you guys next time.